Good evening. Well, today we're here to talk about Undisputed, and a lot of y'all in the fake boxing community are out of pocket. Let's go ahead and discuss this real quick.
Big critiques about the game that I noticed when you go online is it doesn't reward anything outside of slugging, basically throwing power punches. I think the best way they could tweak it is there needs to be more punishment for counter punches. And then as well as like the amount of damage a counter punch should inflict should be based off of their heart rate.
Exactly. Because if you're gassed and you get hit with a counter punch, or you're throwing and you're left wide open, especially if you're throwing a high haymaker and you get caught with a body blow, oh, come on, man. And or they block low and you get caught with an uppercut or a hook wide open, that should be a done deal. Really, honestly, it should almost be an instant knockout with no guard up and you getting gassed by just throwing punches randomly, honestly.
Right? Like, it feels like people recover stamina way too quickly, so people are just throwing power punches. And my thing is, in real life, if someone throws their shoulder into a punch 7 times in a row, they will be breathing hard as fuck. So if you time it and you counter punch them in real life, you're either gonna stun them or knock them the fuck out. Because like people spamming power punches is not unique to Undisputed. I played a lot of Fight Night. I saw people in the comment section saying that I was capping about being good at Fight Night. I really was ranked high in that game. I know about, you don't know anything about, but no, y'all don't know anything about boxing. That's boxing 101. If someone constantly throws their shoulder into a goddamn punch and you're moving around the ring, you duck it or you weave it and I counter punch, maybe not in the first round, but by that third round, if I continue to jab you in the face, I should be rewarded. You should have a cut on your eye. I should be getting stun animations, and then I'm going to start throwing some combos and some haymakers in there. But this game doesn't do it like that. But it's not a boxing game. This shit is goofy.
And also, not to mention, I feel like the haymakers should be extremely rewarding, but they should be extremely consequential for throwing them to the point that it makes you think about it, to where you're like, I want to attempt it, but I don't want to just take an unnecessary risk. Now, hooks, regular punches, uppercuts, but trying to just like knock someone's head off, it should be consequential. It should make you want to think about, damn, should I throw this punch like that? That's really how the haymakers should be set up, honestly, because that's how it is in real boxing. If you swing on somebody recklessly, harshly, there's a very good chance it's going to follow up with some very crucial punishment.
That's boxing 101. What the f are we talking about? So people were telling me, oh no, you're trash. I'm like, no, they're powering through my counter punches. That doesn't make any sense. And it made me not want to play the game. I don't want to play the game like that. I bought a boxing game because I want to box. Otherwise, we might as well make it be a street fighting game. But anyways, today Undisputed actually addressed it. So it turns out I don't suck at the game. We are aware of the issues around gameplay balancing online, including power punches breaking through blocks and reaction sync issues. That's another issue, like ghost punches hitting people, punches that should not hit anything. Also, punches that should hit aren't connecting. The physics are really wonky. They're addressing these issues. Stop. We haven't had a boxing game in like 15 years. And when you sit there and you deny that the game has issues, I'm telling you right now, this is another X-defiant moment. If this game dies within the next 3 months, 3 to 6 months, it's going to be the community's fault.
Honestly, man, I say like 30 days, because I think it's going to be high the first day. And then once people keep running into that same thing, or them wild punches and knockouts, and you just go in there mashing buttons and they're not really ranking up like they want to, or somebody finds a real cheap exploit and everybody doing the same exploit, and then there's no distinction of skill. It's just whoever can do the exploit first. It ain't nobody gonna be playing that. I give it 30 days. I give it 30. I don't even think it will make it 3 to 6 months. I think it'll be hyped the first day. And then after about a week, you're going to start seeing a very heavy decline. That's my opinion.
I have a hard time seeing this game making it to mid 2025 and having a healthy community, because there's a good portion of the community that just riding this game for whatever reason. Fight Night is still better than this. Oh, this shit's arcaded. Nah, I don't want to. It's almost like you know what you're talking about. Talking about, bro, don't know about boxing. Yo, shout out to Chef Borquise with the sub. Appreciate it. Been really enjoying the deep dives you've been putting out. I appreciate it. And another issue too is like the single player is very bare bones. There's nothing to do in it. I seen a TikTok where somebody was like, yo, y'all need to shut the fuck up saying that, oh, the career mode don't got no story, no mini games, no crazy training mode. Shut the fuck up. I bought a boxing game to box.
That's gotta be the dumbest thing I've ever heard. The whole point of boxing is to train your boxer, and there shouldn't be even there shouldn't even be stat notches. It should be training in mini games, because based on how you train is based on how you level your boxer. And no, you should not be allowed to level them up 99, 99, 99 or 90, 90, 90. Your training, you should have very selective training, and based on what you do, it should affect your stats that way. Who are these people, man?
Is like doing boxing training not part of boxing? Like, what are we talking about?
And see, this is another reason why I really try to ease off of devs and game creators who try to make a good game, because they're trying to meet in the middle, and they have silly people like this telling them or complaining to them about how to fix the game, and this is what they're requesting, and then it ruins the game. People who don't know what they're talking about. So this is why I try not to be too harsh on them, because you got to think about it. If you got people like this all day complaining about this on this game, saying, oh, well, this is the issue, man, I don't really want no training mode, I don't want no story, and then you got the other half saying, yeah, I do want a story, and then you got to spend $5 million on it, and then you're kind of like, well, should we do it if it's half and half? They don't know what to do. So we gonna need to have some type of, we gonna need to come to some agreement or some understanding, or either the stupid people gotta just not be listened to. I think from this point on, if you ain't credible in what you're talking about, you should just be ignored. If you don't know what you're talking about, you should just be ignored, and it should just be made right. If it fails, okay, fine, whatever. I'm not saying it like it's a small thing. And I understand you guys put a lot of money behind these projects, so I'm not saying, oh, if it fails, it fails. But this is what I'm going to tell you, as far as I can't speak for all the other creators, but if you make this game to the best of your ability, you will have my support. You have my support. I guarantee you have my support. I do play games right. I don't do the cheesing. I don't do the crap. I play the game right, and I do constantly have people asking me what game I'm playing. So I can't speak for everyone else, but I do know there's also other boxing channels who do want the fundamentals, who do like the real game, the how it's supposed to be, the simulation. And I know you'll have their support as well. Like I said, I can't speak for them, but I've watched their channels, and they want the exact same things that we want. And they also are huge fans of boxing, so they do not want a silly slugfest. They do not want something with no story. They do not want a game that has no training mode. They do not want a game where you can pay $5 and level up your boxer. They do not want a game where you can even control your notches. And this is just in me personally. I'm not gonna speak for them on this part, but as far as the attributes, there should be no attribute option. There should be no options for attributes. Your attributes should be based on how you build your fighter. However you create your fighter, off top, that's how your attributes should be baselined. It should be affected. If you make him taller, it should affect him somewhere else. You make him shorter, it should affect him somewhere else. If you make him heavyweight, it should affect him somewhere else. If you make him skinny, it'll affect him somewhere else. To where there's nothing that you can do to where it won't have some type of balance, and then you can just focus on key things that makes that boxer good at that thing, because that's literally boxing. You got people who got a dangerous hook. You got somebody who got a dangerous uppercut. You got somebody who's hard to hit. You got somebody who would just pick you apart with jabs. You get what I'm saying? So there's always specialties in boxing. So please, I'ma just say, listen to us. Don't listen to the clowns.
Dude, you don't want more quality features in your game? Crazy. It's crazy. Not everybody wants to hop online and fight against power punchers. Matter of fact, I'd argue if the career mode was more flushed out, it would give this game more legs and more time to recover, right? But because the career mode is so bare bones, most people are just going to go online and fight. But then when you go online and fight and you see it doesn't reward real boxing, just people slugging it out, then there's nothing to fall back on, because then I will say, you know what? I'm going to give them time to patch the balance, the online. I'm just going to go play career mode and get my character up. There's nothing to do with fucking career mode. Even UFC got a training mode. Why are we complaining about a training mode in a damn fighting game? You got to be kidding. Just complain about more content, and then you think I'm crazy too. Yeah, I'm going on a tangent about you dumbass. bro. Where was that? I put out a tweet like my first impressions. Somebody posted this montage below it. This dude, so this is what I was talking about right here, how this game doesn't reward boxing. Shout out to this dude. He was it's funny too because the nigga responded. Big Bert, I guess he's a content creator. Where is he at? I think he responded right here. So this is this dude's video. Somebody linked it and he responded to my tweet. I couldn't agree more. Hopefully there's a few updates to make the game better. He's using the cheese, but he agrees. He fucking agrees. Look at this shit. You tell me this looked like a boxing game or this looked like fucking Rocky 5 when Rocky fought Tommy Machine Guns in the back alley and throwing niggas against the trash can.
Come out. She's a daisy. That's not gonna happen. He's got a hustle now. He's got a block.
He's like bragging. He's just throwing power punches. Look, these two are they're just this is some cave shit. They are just power punching through each other.
Can they do to turn this around?
Does this look like a boxing game? We're saying, oh, this shit is better than Fight Night. No, it's not. Fight Night is arcadey. This is arcadey. Are you kidding me? The CTE game. So like one thing I respect, yo, shout out to Big Bird. One thing
Now, I got the link below. Bro, you don't get your Mickey Mouse box ass up out of here. Like, that's all it was power punch. There was no other punches thrown. There wasn't no body shots. There wasn't no working down their stamina. It was literal just throwing super punches. That's all it was, throwing super punches, and you call that a boxing game. That looked like something you go in the arcade and you put your quarter in and you play. That don't look like that look like what they do in the little fun section. You go in there, put your quarter in, and then you just mash it out and just go swinging. And not like a regular arcade like a Dave and Buster's, dog. This is a Dave and Buster's boxing game, fool. Come on, man. What are we talking about, bro? Like, don't listen to these people, man. Don't listen. And I got a call, man. I got a call, and I'm gonna go ahead and give a bit of that conversation on some more outlook on it. Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
NBA Jam was a game.
Yep.
For the most part, 2K, until here recently, 2K was a simulation. That's the problem, bro. When I like, I'm not saying design, like I was finna say design like a dumbass. When I envision Undisputed, I envision sharpness. I envision
simulation.
I envision like I envision sharpness. I envision like if a nigga throw it straight, you can literally duck under the straight and you can see the nigga head on the other side when he throwing that overhand right. Like all that shit is possible in a real fight. All that shit is possible. But I wanted to see it like Fight Night got close, but the mechanics wasn't there yet.
But you know what else? Where they're slipping at is they got all the damn power now. So it's no excuse with the power, because you remember even playing A Bug's Life. Okay, it ain't A Bug's Life, it's Grounded. But you know what I'm saying? Even it was interacting on the spider, Felice Johnson Spider Life. But even then, when even playing that, if they could do all that on there, it's like y'all gonna need to use the power of these consoles, because if they were doing this on 360, there should be no reason with the power in these consoles. And it ain't like, again, you know, like Madden, they got all the audience and all. They ain't got none of that. It's just two people in the ring. So there should be no reason as to why it ain't clean, it ain't pristine, and it ain't what that is. Because y'all ain't even using what the consoles are capable of doing.
Well, I'll say this. With football and different stuff, it might be a little easier for them to do the animation. As far as like, well, I know like on 2K when they do them dunks, them niggas be having that suit on. Like, it'll be hard for niggas to have that suit on and have a real fight.
Yeah. To where they can mocap, where they mocap and stuff like that.
Yeah, maybe that's the limitation. However, bro, like, you're right. Like when you can see the movement and the free range of movement and shit on other games, bro, it's like, bro, there's no way that y'all cannot do this. It's just that they making a game, bro. That all look like a game to me. That all don't look like I want a real life boxing.
Yeah.
On a game.
Yeah.
That hoe don't look like that. Like even the animation, that hoe don't look like that. That hoe look kind of like cartoony. Like they made that hoe eat for everyone. Nigga, this
Yeah.
my boxing game is mature.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just like the fucking last fight night, bro. The last fight night slept on that hoe because at first they didn't understand it. But I think that's one of the hardest fight nights because that hoe is mature, bro. That hoe is rated M.
Yeah. And it's the show they can do. So it's gonna come down to a point, like maybe they don't have the finances or what, but they need to I think the team, they gonna really need they might not have the funding. Because what it's looking like is they look like they're trying to do it, but you're going to have some really heavy hitters. You're going to have some really, because they got the fighters, but the problem is you don't have the actual knowledge of it just out of the fact of how they're allowed to fight and how the punishment is not really there. I feel like you're not even really consulting with people who are really in the ring for real, or people who really do this, because they would tell you like, nah, bro, you can't go out there and do that. or just, it's like,
I feel like if they don't have the funding, they don't have the funding because they spent so much on trying to get these fighters' names, which you got to pay for the licenses or you got to pay, you know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's why Mayweather was never in a game, because they couldn't really, like when he was young, he was in the game, but when he was Mayweather, he wasn't on no fight nights.
Money Mayweather,
like
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but like you could create, they put in like parts where you could create the, but as far as them having him on the game, they couldn't afford that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right about
that. What they need to do is they're like that's the big thing that I've seen on that game. And they're like, we got way more boxers and we license way more boxers.
Damn, you're right.
That was dumb. Like what y'all should have done is.
What's going on? If you do want to hear the rest of this conversation, drop 100 likes and I'll post the rest of it, just to show that you actually want to hear it and you want to, hear our input and our take on it. If you kicked it with your boy this long, I appreciate you hanging with me. Links in the description below, like always. And in the meanwhile, I'm out. Have a good one. And this fool quit throwing stuff at me, bro. As soon as I figure out, you know what? I got something for you. Hold on. How you select it? Hold on, wait a second. You wait till you. I got something for you. Let's see how you throw stuff, bro. Okay, here we go. I got something for you right here. Throw it again. Yeah.